analytics of the game, and it's an area where I continue to concentrate and study because I'm still trying to figure out how coaches and coordinators can really crunch the numbers and find where exactly on the field a defense is vulnerable. It's the game within the game. And if you really dive into it, it can be endlessly fascinating.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by the final pick of the first round in 2018 out of Louisville. It's Lamar Jackson. Jackson throwing to start the drive. And his first look is incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the check.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 43. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure. He brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's got it to about the 40. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns 33. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Hands it off out of the gun. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. The Eagles 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to take care of business in front of the home crowd last week.
Yeah, it's always nice to get that opener at home, but now things get a little bit tougher. The good thing for them, though, is they take a little extra confidence with them when they head out on the road.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it's second down.
So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
This defense for the Browns, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
45 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
From the 5 now, second and a yard. And here's a handoff out of the gun.
A 5-yard gain there makes it first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. A 10-play drive that time. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 23. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They run the counter. Gary, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Here's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Now it's Jackson. Brought in by Coates. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Here we go on 4th down.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now 14-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Browns set to take over. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he's going to have a Browns first down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
Jackson.
And a dangerous throw there. Nearly intercepted on the sideline, but it's incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Jackson now. On the right side, caught by Green. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up.
He's got a man, complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 21-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing is Jackson.
This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will stay a 3-touchdown game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the 1st half.
And the Eagles are able to add on to their 1st half lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the route is on here in this 1st half.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Fielded just outside the goal line.
So we've come to half.
Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter.
And the 1st half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. 63 yards.
And the Eagles have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes this 35-0 now.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. Jackson on 1st down. That's complete. It's Collins. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Jackson. Another one caught by Collins. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Jackson. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. 3rd quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap and a give to Carter. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Jackson to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. And on 3rd down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
105 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They go play action here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The Lions move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll look to throw here. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 23. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp on.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now Jackson on 1st down.
He'll complete this one to Collins. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
4 yards remain for second down.
To throw again is Jackson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Here we go.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's got room. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there.
His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Over the middle here to Coates.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is brought in at the 21. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. And out now come the Eagles.
This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the 4th quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
With 207 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Ready, ready. Again at 22 yards. 1st down, Eagles. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 18, Pioneer.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
McPherson now for the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Still down very big on the scoreboard, but a little feather in their cap here.
And it's a big-time play, and if you don't get energized after a kick return, well, then your team just doesn't have any spark. We'll find out if this is the start of a big comeback or just cosmetics as we go along.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Eagles offense back out, getting set for this next drive. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it?
That's caught inside the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And McPherson on for the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. 1 play, 75 yards, 6 points.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. One last shot for Jackson. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
Well, this was a blowout.